Good afternoon. Welcome to the Urbandale Chamber of Commerce Successful Business Show. We thank you for spending some time with us this afternoon or this morning. We know you are busy. But what we want to do is not only highlight the Urbandale Chamber and what's going on in your Chamber of Commerce, but also some of the businesses, the locally owned businesses that thrive throughout our community of Urbandale. And we're going to meet 4 wonderful business people today. Let's start with Janice Ann Wissenand. I did that okay?
You did it perfect.
She is the high priestess of the Urbandale Chamber of Commerce. Tell us what's going on in the chamber right now.
Oh boy, we are off to a busy 2015. We're just on the tail end of our celebration of business, where we celebrated the Connector of the Year, the Business of the Year, the Citizen of the Year, and we just also kicked off our Total Resource Campaign, and that's a 6-week campaign where all of the sponsorships are sold for the chamber for the entire year.
Oh, wow, that's good.
Yeah, there's about 50 volunteers that come in and help us do that for these 6 weeks. They have a little fun, and they're a little competitive, too.
Yeah, so the rest of the time you get to just serve your customers, serve your clients, and make sure that Urbandale's a great place to work.
Absolutely.
Let's go to one of the business people you've got. His name is John Schultz. Did I get that right?
Thank you. Yeah.
And John, you have Optimum Performance.
Optimum Performance.
I didn't say it right, did I?
You were spot on.
Optimum Performance Physical Therapy, LLC. And you guys are located at 3980 Northwest Urbandale Drive in Urbandale. What do you do? I mean, you're a physical therapist, so how would I need your services?
You would need my services if you had any kind of movement challenges, any pain, anything that you're just not able to do normally, get up from sitting, maybe some limitations in shoulder range of motion, low back pain. You name a body part, I'm ready to work with it. I think the important part also to remember is a lot of people think you just go to a physical therapist when you've had an injury. You kind of can compare it to a dentist. You go to a dentist twice a year for cleanings, checkup, make sure your bite is correct. So as a physical therapist, I really focus a lot on prevention and trying to get with people so they can optimally move, because most of us have issues that we've kind of learned to live with, but can be very limiting and can affect you as you age. So I really want to be that resource for Central Iowa, Urbandale, to help people really live an optimal life.
And it sounds like it's for young and old.
Exactly. I have clients I had a 10-year-old come in this morning that I worked with, and I'll finish up with a 52-year-old businessman. So I work with all ages. I really enjoy that part of my job. It's just getting to see people as they kind of move through life.
Move through life. I like that. Now, when did you open, and I want to get it right again, Optimum Performance?
That is correct. I opened in August of this year. I did a joint venture with Lauren Stortz. A lot of people know him in the Urbandale
he's been on this show.
Yeah, great guy. He says hello to you.
Oh, hi, Lauren.
He speaks highly of you. But with Lauren, he's a triathlete. He's a personal trainer. He opened his gym. We have a 6,000 square foot gym with a lot of unique equipment and just a lot of clients that we want to serve and really help them, again, just be very healthy and enjoy all that they've been blessed with.
Now, who's your competition?
You know, that's a good question. I look at it a little differently because I really like working with chiropractors, other physical therapists, optometrists. I try to take a very integrative approach, and I know there's plenty of business out there, believe me. There is so much musculoskeletal pain and issues out there that can keep all of us busy. So I really want to be more collaborative and work with other people, but I do feel that I bring a unique skill set and unique value to the Central Iowa.
So you and a chiropractor would work in unison to help me relieve my aches and pains.
Correct. I have a chiropractor down the street. I'll send a shout out to Jeff Heller. He's a Urbandale, I believe, chamber member.
If he's not, Janice will go get him.
Sure, he will. And, again, with HIPAA, I can never really give specifics. And if you know anything about HIPAA, it's protecting health information.
Yeah.
So I definitely want to be careful. But to speak in generalities, a lot of times, yes, maybe someone will go see their chiropractor acutely for a type of injury. And then they kind of give them to me to work on rehab, so we can kind of work in team to really maximize that health benefit, because we all have different skill sets. And I think when you look at trying to work with others and synergize with them, I think that's it's best for the patient. And I want to do what's best for whoever comes and sees me.
Well, tell me about, when it comes to your business, what is it that you're passionate about? What really gets your juices flowing?
Sure. There are a number of things that I'm really passionate about, but, mainly I guess the theme would be health and wellness. It would really, I really like to work with people who come in, say, for example, they can't go up the stairs and they have to sleep downstairs in their main level. And I work with them so they can, climb stairs, they can go back to work, they can function at a high level and be their best with their family. And I think I think as a systems kind of approach, mind, body, spirit, because I've been doing this 20 years. And if I only focus on the body part and I don't try to get the mind from a neuroscience perspective and in the spirit also addressed, and it's again up to the person. But I think that's where I'm unique, because I am a small practice. I do a lot of I'm mainly one-on-one personalized care. So I get to really know my patients and clients, and that connection really helps because I know them, and I want to be their advocate.
Yeah, you're kind of an old-fashioned Marcus Welby, MD, when it comes to. You're probably too young to remember who that is.
I've heard of him. Yes, I've heard of him. Yes.
Oh, I feel old again.
Well,
Marcus Welby, MD, was a television show in which he was the doctor that had the bag and went from house to house,
sure,
maybe at the hospital. But he really knew his patients and he cared about them, and that was really the warmth of the show is his repeated patients and how he really cared for those people. And it sounds like you do the same.
And that's what I really see as lacking, unfortunately, I'm not critical of the insurance business, but the healthcare business is a business, and it's become very, in a way, corporate. So, again, you have quotas. It's high volume with reimbursement dwindling. It's hard to get that one-on-one relationship, and I think it's very important that when you come to a therapist, you're not being handed off each appointment. When you come to me, I'm going to see you from the start to the end, and I'm going to know you very well. And I think that really helps in the rehab process.
All right, real quick, a couple personal things about you. Who is your mentor?
That's a good question. I've had many mentors. I was in the Army for many years.
Thank you for serving.
I appreciate that. And I worked for a general, actually, this guy, Greg Roundtree. And he I was a younger officer, and he really kind of took me under his wing. Mm-hmm. And it was painful at first because I made a lot of mistakes, but he really kind of showed me how important it is to be a leader and how to really serve others. So I guess I would say he's one of them, but there are many.
If you weren't in the physical therapy business, what business would you be in? What would you be doing?
Probably education, because that's another one of my passions. Especially as I start, you kind of joked about Marcus Welby and some of the aging issues, or that I wasn't familiar. But I am aging, obviously. I'm 47. And so
you look like 30.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. It's my wife. She takes great care of me.
She must.
Yes, I'm very blessed. But I think there are a lot of strategies out there to age more effectively, and a lot of people just aren't familiar with that. Also, stress resiliency. I trained up at Mayo Clinic under stress resiliency, and I try to really incorporate that in there because I see with the technological advances, we're putting our people, our kids, everybody is under a lot of stress, and it can have harmful effects on the body. And when you look at it from an injury prevention standpoint, I want to help companies, businesses, organizations prevent injury-related issues related to stress. And there are some very evidence-based research techniques that are very simple that can really impact somebody's ability to manage stress more effectively.
That's awesome. It's obviously you love your job and you love your patients.
I feel I've had a lot of blessings in my life.
Yeah, they're lucky to have you too.
Well, thank you.
John Schultz is his name. His business is Optimum Performance Physical Therapy, and it's at 3980 Northwest Urbandale Drive in Urbandale. John, it was a pleasure to have you here today.
Do you mind? I appreciate your generosity of time. A couple quick highlights, though.
You bet.
Iowa is a great state. The good thing about Iowa is a direct access state, unless you're Medicare. You can come see me without a referral. A lot of people do not know that. So, again, I see a lot of people directly, word of mouth. I appreciate people's support. I like working with whole families. And then the other part is, again, just really value your health and don't take it for granted, because that's one thing that once you lose is very hard to regain. So thank you very much.
I was just thinking about that today, actually. I really was. That because I'm at that age now where things are breaking and not working and things like that. So maybe I need to come see you.
I would love to work with you.
Janice, I'll come to you one last time. Anything exciting that we need to know about the Chamber?
I want to make sure that everybody's aware that on Tuesday mornings at the Chamber, every week at 9 a.m., we do it's a informal group. It's Meet the Chamber, and prospects, Chamber members, anybody and everybody is welcome to do that. It's an hour to learn more about the Urbandale Chamber.
All right. That's Janice Ann with an and, right?
Exactly.
And we sure appreciate that you taking the time today to learn about the businesses that are a part of your community with the Urbandale Chamber of Commerce. Have a great day.
From the RE/MAX Real Estate Concept Studios, this is Webcast One Live.
Credit cards are like grandkids. They love you, sometimes get out of control, and it's fun to get a new one. Who can stop them from piling on?
Hi, I'm Tom Coates with Consumer Credit of Des Moines. At the end of the day, you can give these grandkids back, but you're stuck paying off bad credit card debt. We can help you put the fun back into using credit cards responsibly. Right, kids?
Yeah! If you need help getting credit cards off your back, call Consumer Credit of Des Moines.
Good morning and welcome to another Urbandale Highlight on Business from the Urbandale Chamber of Commerce. I'm J. Michael McCoy. My co-host is the lovely Janice Ann Wissenand. She is the high priestess, isn't that what you called her? The high priestess of the Urbandale Chamber of Commerce. And I guess we have somebody pretty special for our guests this morning.
We certainly do. We have our connector of 2014 with us this morning.
Tell me what a connector is.
All right. So the Urbandale Chamber, we have over 700 members, and that's a lot of people to make sure that we are getting them connected with who they want to do business with.
Oh, okay.
So we have a group of connectors that are volunteers that are the extending arm of the employees at the chamber. And what they do is they help us extend welcomings. They connect those businesses that are new and existing with other businesses that they want to connect with.
That's awesome. And Bill, what made you the connector of the year? Humbly, though, seriously, what did you do that they said you were the best at it this year?
Well, my understanding is that it was actually an accumulation of keeping track of what events I went to, who I worked with, maybe new members I might have brought into the chamber, kind of a conglomeration of all that.
Okay.
That led to me being honored that way.
Yeah, you held yourself accountable for your actions and as a connector, and then you gave a report at the end of the year.
Pretty close, exactly.
Yeah, good for you. All right, now Bill Grund, G-R-U-N-D. He is with Central State Bank, Vice President of Commercial Lending, and a lot of people don't know, but Central State Bank is over 100 years old, owned by the same family here in Iowa.
That's right. We're located in State Center, Iowa. That is our only brick and mortar location. It's been owned in the family for over 100 years. I happen to work out of an extension office in Urbandale where I work on commercial loans.
Yeah, and you guys are at 2540 73rd. Tell me about where that is. I can see it in my head on 73rd.
If you're familiar with where the Buccaneers Arena is on Hickman, there is a small office building back there that houses another chamber member, Abendroth and Russell Law Firm, and I'm in that building.
Okay. And tell me how you got started. You got started in the commercial lending business.
Well, that's a good question. I had had a fairly long career at a division of Deere here in town, and I had an opportunity to go first to do some residential mortgage lending. And from there, another bank here in town offered me an opportunity to do small business and commercial lending. And that was my first foray into that, and that was approximately 8 years ago, and the rest, as they say, is history.
And you enjoy it?
I do very much.
Who's your competition?
You know, in some respects, I'm going to say that every other financial institution is, and in some ways, I'm going to say none are. I think one thing that is very special about Iowa, and maybe uniquely Urbandale, is that all the other banks, credit unions, other financial institutions, we all get along very well. There's a camaraderie. And I think that it's not a cutthroat business at all, that we all very peacefully coexist and help each other. So in that respect, I would say that nobody is. On the other hand, I would say that every deal that's out there, I certainly want to try to get, and we do compete that way.
So if there's a TV on commercial where the young couple has bankers come in and they interview them to try to see who they're going to give their loan to, it kind of sounds like that the customer is really always the one that you're trying to please. And if you can't help them at your bank, you might even send them to another bank where they might specialize in that kind of loan.
That's exactly true. And that's happened frequently. More often than not, it's been the other way around. The bank that I work for, again, is a small family-held, long-time business. Typically, it will be one of the larger banks that might not be able to do a deal. And because I have worked for a larger bank, I'm familiar with what their criteria are. And again, it's not the large bank's fault. They are federally regulated. A lot of guidelines they have to follow.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And as the smaller bank, we have a little bit more flexibility. So there may be a deal that the larger bank couldn't deal that they might refer to me now.
So who is your mentor? I mean, you didn't teach yourself all by your lonesome. Who came along and put their arm around you and said, come on, Bill, I'm going to teach you to be a great commercial banker?
You know, really, I think it started at the very beginning. I've been very blessed to have a terrific family, a terrific mother who guided me. I have two older sisters and their spouses, respectfully, that just really did a good job molding me.
Good, good. What do you do when you're not working? What are you passionate about?
You know, I like to be outside. I like to, when the weather permits, I like to bike ride, golf, run, do things like that. Just be outside as much as I can.
You're just a machine, aren't you?
I don't know if I'd go that far, but I enjoy being outside.
One last question. What don't people know that you'd like them to know about Central State Bank and Bill Grund?
I think for the most part about my bank is that we, again, have an incredible amount of flexibility. I remember when I first started with Central State Bank, and I sat in the president's office, and he looked at me and he said, "Bill, there is no deal that we won't look at. Doesn't mean we can do every deal, but we will look at any deal." And I found that to be very fortuitous and fruitful and very helpful along the way.
All right, Bill, I really appreciate you being here. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.
Nice to have somebody like you inside the Urbandale Chamber.
Thank you.
You good man. All right, Tuesdays are special at the Urbandale Chamber.
Tuesdays are every Tuesday at 9 a.m. at the Rodan Boardroom at the Urbandale Chamber of Commerce on 100th Street. We do Meet the Chamber. Everyone is welcome, whether you're an Urbandale Chamber member or not. It's an opportunity to come in and meet the Chamber.
Do you ever make those delicious homemade cinnamon rolls that you know how to make?
No, we just do coffee.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that's Janice. I'm Mac, and I sure appreciate you spending this time with us. For the Urbandale Chamber of Commerce, I'm J. Michael McCoy. Have a great day. Good morning and welcome to another Highlight on Businesses from the Urbandale Chamber of Commerce. I'm J. Michael McCoy, your host, and my lovely co-host, Janice Ann Wissenand, is here today. And Janice, we have a pretty special young lady in the studio today.
We do. We have a bigwig, kind of my boss.
Kind of a mucky muck.
Yeah, very much so. Certainly. We have Karen Goldsworth, who is our board chair for 2015.
Now tell me, what does a board chair do? Listen up, then you can learn.
I would like to know.
We should probably let Karen tell
Okay,
us
why don't
about
you tell
all
me
that.
what you do as the board chair?
I just act like a mucky muck.
There you go. See, we had it figured out.
As the board chair, I'm representing our board of directors for the Urbandale Chamber, as well as at all of the events, I am doing the welcome and kind of being the face of the Urbandale Chamber, so somewhat.
That's awesome. Thanks for donating your time and doing that for your community. Now, your business, I've done business with you guys for I don't know how long. We used to call it Strauss Lock, but it's now Strauss Security Solutions, which is much better in this day and age. In fact, Bill Grund, who was here earlier, said that you guys do his security for him.
We do.
And I've done business with you guys. One of your chief guys, Scotty Porter, is a good friend of mine. So I have a good idea of what you do. But for the folks that are watching this podcast, give me some situations in which they would want to call you, that they would need to use you and your company.
Absolutely. Well, Mac, I wouldn't throw that name around very much. Typically, if someone says they're friends with Scott Porter, we charge them extra. We tell him that.
Good man.
A lot of different security options. I work with commercial and residential. As Bill mentioned, we secure his home for him, and we do a lot of businesses. Not only do people come into our showroom and either need things fixed or need keys made, but our commercial aspect, we do security for any size business. And when I say security, anywhere from an alarm system to cameras to card access, keyless entry, or high security keys.
Yeah, and I have a door on the back of my house that enters into a little area. I don't know what I call it, compound. And so you guys installed one of those number doors where I have a combination. And so when people need to get into my house to do something, so I'm not always having to be home and I don't have to hand out keys. So that's real nice. Now, you guys have been around a while. How long have you been around?
Since 1927.
Oh, wow. Now, you could do many things in your life. Why did you choose to work for Strauss Security Solutions?
I'm just passionate about doorknobs.
Oh, come on. Well, that could be.
I chose to work at Strauss. I love it. I've been there almost 13 years. I love working with people. I love being able to find solutions for people. I love just meeting a lot of people in general, and that's really what that allows me to do. And
I know you do a lot of things, but one of the things that I always buy from you is I buy safes. Because I think it's important that we have a safe in every business and a safe in every home, and you guys have a wide variety of safes.
We do.
Yeah.
We do.
So who was your mentor? Don't tell me Scott Porter.
Now he'll be sad that I didn't say that.
Okay.
I have a lot of mentors. I, of course, would certainly start off with my family, but in my previous life, I was at the Come and Go corporate office, and there were many leaders in that corporation that I would say were my mentors and truly taught me the ethics of business and just hardworking aspirations.
Yeah, Bill was a good man.
Bill was a very good man.
And he
yes.
had good ethics.
Yes,
yeah.
He did. I got to work very closely with him and
yeah,
really installed a work ethic in me.
Good for you. It shows. So when you're not working at your business, what are you passionate about?
Oh, goodness. Passionate about my 3 kids that keep me very busy. I have 8, 9, and 11,
okay, and
a very loving husband. We like to spend time together as a family. We boat and love to ski. Going to be heading out to Colorado for
just snow ski or water ski too? Snow
both,
ski.
Actually both,
okay,
but snow skiing here soon.
Okay, good. So are you a reader?
I am a reader.
What are you reading right now?
Currently, I am reading on parenting books.
I don't know what those are.
Well, how to be a better parent, how to understand why
parenting
books. Yes.
Oh, okay.
How to understand why my boys are so wild. It's called Wild Things.
Do you have all 3 boys?
I have boy, girl, boy.
Okay.
I have a girl in the middle.
Oh, I bet she's the spoiled one, isn't she?
She is the spoiled one. Yes,
yeah.
She knows it.
So if you could spend an hour with anybody, living or dead, who would it be?
Oh, I definitely have to say my mom. My mom passed away in 2000 at the age of 54. So a lot of things I didn't get to say. So I would definitely choose an hour with her.
All right. Well, Karen Goldsworth, I sure appreciate you being here. And thank you for all the work you do for the Chamber, especially as our board chair. Right? Did I get that right?
You did.
What's the difference between a board chair and a chairman?
She's not a chairman. Look at her. She's gorgeous.
But is it just a gender thing?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Tuesdays are special at the
They
Chamber.
are.
What's going on?
We do every Tuesday at 9 a.m. We do Meet the Chamber, where anyone, whether you are a Chamber member or not, can come in and learn more about the Chamber and how
right.
they can get involved, like Karen.
All right. Thank you very much for spending this time with us. For Webcast One Live, I'm J. Michael McCoy. Have a great day. Well, good morning and welcome back to a business highlight here at the Urbandale Chamber of Commerce. I'm J. Michael McCoy, and my co-host today is the lovely Janice Ann Wissenand. I got it right, didn't I?
You did.
All right. And tell us what's going on. You guys are wrapping up a very important part of the Chamber right now here in February.
Right. We're doing our Total Resource Campaign, and that's where we have 50 volunteers that are Chamber members come together, and they sell all of our sponsorships. So you can get a sponsorship for $5 or $5,000, anywhere in between.
Just support
Lots
the
of
Chamber.
choice.
And,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
700 members
Right.
in Urbandale, Iowa.
There are.
Yeah. You guys are one of the biggest chambers around.
We are.
Yeah. Well, and you're a good chamber, too. You're now, you kind of said that Karen was your boss, but your real boss is Tiffany.
Tiffany Mankey.
Yeah.
She's the president.
What a wonderful job she's done for, I'm going to guess, 13 years?
10.
10.
Well, 11. This will be the 11th
As the
year.
executive director of a chamber. She's really done a wonderful job.
Yep.
Yeah.
She did so well that they changed her from executive director to president this year.
Really? Wow. That's where does she go from here then?
I'm not quite sure.
Oh, well, then pretty soon you can be then executive director and she can be president. I want to introduce you to, I'm going to let Janice just think about that for a while. I want to introduce you to Emily Mang, correct?
That's correct.
And Emily, I can't wait to hear about this. Emily works for a company called Gophermods.
That is correct.
Gophermods, one name. Mm-hmm. What in the heck do you do at Gophermods? I'm imagining you dig holes in the ground and you put air conditioning and heating in there and a toilet, and that's where the gopher lives because it's a module for gophers.
You know, we get a lot of that. We get a lot of, so what is a gopher mod? It's
Yeah.
not really anything. Gophermods is just our name. We started out in the dorm room of the owner's dorm room, actually, at the University of Minnesota. And at that time he was just modifying, video games and stuff like that. And then he got more requests for repairs, and then it grew into he needed a space, and then after that it grew into an actual company, and so then he called it Gophermods, and we repair broken devices, so smartphones, tablets, laptops, and gaming systems. So any kind of hardware repair we can fix.
Now, you said hardware. So software, I have to go to my Verizon store. But if my phone's busted, I can bring it to you.
That is correct. There are some software repairs that we can do, but usually it has to do with the motherboard, and we can't really do any repairs on the motherboard.
All right. So when I drop my phone like I do every day, but the next time I drop it on a rock and it cracks the screen, I don't need to throw it away.
Absolutely
I can bring
not.
it to Gophermods.
You absolutely can. We also repair water damage.
Ooh.
Yeah. So.
All right, and just so you know, they're located at 3820 100th Street in Urbandale. Kind of give me where that is. Who's by you?
Right behind Homemakers in that little strip mall by Qingdao and Yodago.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, good. All right, so how long have you worked there?
I have just been there since August.
Okay, and what are you passionate about when it comes to the business?
I really like working with the people that I do. I love the Urbandale Chamber. I go to everything at the Urbandale Chamber, and that's mostly my job is networking and just getting our name out there because this is the first store in Iowa that we've opened. We have 6 in Minnesota, and we're still opening more this year. And then we have one in Omaha. So I just love everything about my job. I love working with people. I love seeing their faces when we fix it, and then when we can do it for free, and they're just like, "What, for free?" And it's just like, "Yeah, for free. We didn't really do anything." So
that's awesome.
Yes, we do offer free diagnosis. So if you don't know what's going on with a device, you can bring it in. We'll check it out, tell you what's going on, and how much it's going to cost. Totally free to you.
So free estimates, no surprises.
No surprises.
No big bills at the end of time, and actually probably saving people money because we're not tossing our phones away.
That is correct.
So when you're not working, what are you passionate about?
My 3 dogs and my cat.
Your 3 dogs and your cat.
That is correct.
And those dogs are named?
Puka, Charles, and Daisy.
And the cat?
Yoshi.
Now, why do you have a cat and 3 dogs? If I'm that cat, I'm pretty outnumbered there.
It's actually kind of funny. She hates other cats, but she loves dogs.
Really?
Yep.
All right. That's awesome. So are you a reader?
I love reading.
What are you reading right now?
Game of Thrones.
Really?
Oh, I love Game of Thrones.
Really?
Oh, yeah. I'm rereading it. This is my second time reading it.
Yeah. What's the best book you think you've ever read?
Oh, that's a tough. Well, I don't know. That's tough. You're talking to an English major here.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. So I've read lots of books. So I'd have to say my top is Game of Thrones series, Harry Potter series, and Pride and Prejudice.
Wow. Okay. Favorite TV show?
This is hard. You're asking me hard questions right now.
I'm sorry.
My favorite TV show, Parks and Rec.
Oh, really? Oh, so
Parks
you
and
like
Rec.
to laugh.
I love laughing.
Good for you. Good for you. If you could spend an hour with anybody living or dead, who would you spend it
Walt
with?
Disney.
Oh, yes.
Walt Disney.
Did you see the movie that...
Saving Mr. Banks?
Yes.
I haven't yet. I've been dying to see it. I need to go and rent it.
It really is a good movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
I need to go see
yeah,
it
Yeah, you'll
then.
like it. All right. Well, and we've been speaking to Emily Mang, and she is with Gophermods, and it's what a cool business. It's at 3820 100th Street. If you've got anything electronic that breaks, how about remote controls?
We can always try.
Okay.
Can't guarantee it, but we can try.
Anything that you drop, like me, all the time, you don't have to throw it away. You can take it to Gophermods and get an absolutely free estimate on what it would cost. It's very nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you as well.
Tuesdays, big day.
It
big
is.
day at the chamber because
Yep.
Janice is cooking scrambled eggs and sausage and bacon
And coffee.
Coffee, I know.
Yes, 9 a.m. every Tuesday at the chamber office in the Rodan boardroom. We do meet the chamber, and what we do is we get everyone's questions answered. But I'm stuttering because there's something more about Emily that I want to make sure that we know here.
Okay. All right.
Okay. So not only is
She
Emily
has a secret pet gopher.
probably knowing her, she's getting married this fall.
Oh, congratulations.
And then also on top of that, we talked about we saw Bill Grund before he was the connector of the year.
Yeah.
Well, each month we award a connector of the month, which did the most activity for the previous month, and for the month of January, Emily was our connector of the month.
Connector of the year, or of the month.
Of the month, not the year.
So now you can give Bill a run for his money and make sure he's not a repeat.
We'll see. I don't know. He might be a repeat. He's pretty good at what he does.
Is he? I
Yeah.
bet you are too. All right, we thank you for spending this time with us today, and thanks for doing business in Urbandale. I'm J. Michael McCoy for WebcastOneLive.com. Have a great day.